Good morning, team. This is Dr. Hampton, your clinical director of Total Line. And before I get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that was a part of our mission of bringing our outlier veterans back to the VA and working in collaboration with them. And because of the things that we did in that project, is why we have been assigned and tasked this new project before us. So once again, great job, team. I knew you guys had this. I was rooting for you. I was counting on you, and you guys succeeded and went above and beyond. But this new mission that we have, it's a little bit different. I don't know if you guys are aware of what's been going on within the last 24 hours, but the U.S. did bomb Iran's nuclear site, and there is rumor from Iran that possible attacks on the U.S. is going to happen. And instead of waiting until after a crisis occurs, my way of mitigating efforts is collaborating with the other teams here in the community, the other organizations, and we've already been working on a plan to administer safety precautions for the citizens here in Red Oak. With our number one safety goal being to provide resources, a safe environment, and communication for our citizens here. During a terroristic attack, there can be a significant number of things that occur, traumatic things that occur. There may be bodies, damages to buildings, infrastructure, heavy law enforcement. I think we see some things going on right now over there in California with the National Guard and Marines being present. These are typical things that happen during any type of disaster, just to try to promote more safety there, even though sometimes it can be viewed upon as the complete opposite. Don't be surprised if there's extensive media coverage around here from local, state, and federal news agencies, also law enforcement as well, you know, the FBI, Homeland Security, FEMA. Once again, I'm not saying these things to you to alarm you. I am saying these things to prepare in the case of, okay, guys? So once again, it's preparation. The best way that we can sit here and be prepared for an attack is by going over these things. And I know some of this may be traumatizing for some of you, and if me be offline, definitely get with me, or get your first line supervisor, and let's talk about some mitigating risk factors. But the main thing is just getting preparation, not only for ourselves, but for our citizens. The first thing that we can all do is just staying in tune with our local news station and news source, using our Civic Ready app that we had utilized in the last emergency management plan. The Civic Ready app sends out notifications and alerts of different things that are going on. Make sure that all your clients are subscribed and registered to the Civic Ready app. Next thing, when planning for these emergencies, what I would like for you to start instructing your patients to do and spreading the word is notifying a family member that is outside of the target zone, okay? This family member is going to be utilized in the sense of checking in with you guys checking in on them, just knowing that you're safe. Now, each member in the household needs to have this family member's contact information and vice versa, because there are times where we may not all be together. A prime example, let's just say if we were to be attacked and your child is in school, with your child being in school, let's just say the power lines, the cell phone towers have been, knocked down, or they're just unusable right now. They cannot communicate with one another. But guess what? That outside family member could be communicating with the child, who can be communicating with them, and they can communicate with you. And sometimes, we just have to work through those measures. So identifying a family member not in your area, that's far away, that has everyone's contact info in the household, and vice versa, to communicate with updates. The next thing is I want you to share with your guys finding a safe place to meet. Okay, as of right now, for one of our main shelters, we're looking at using Red Oak High School, but we're also working with Great Samaritan Church as well as New Hope Baptist, because these are some of the biggest facilities here in Red Oak to house individuals. And I know all three of those facilities have basements as well, which may be one of the safest places you can be during an attack. Right now, we definitely are on board with Red Oak. Still working out a few kinks with our churches, and as soon as I find out that information, I will share with you guys. But establishing a meeting place, and I would recommend having 2 different locations possibly. That way, if one site isn't available, there is a backup site. And also doing that, I would recommend, if able to, portable walkie-talkies. You can find these walkie-talkies at your local Walmart, Target, or you can get online to Amazon. And these walkie-talkies, you don't need cell phone service, kind of taking it back old school, survival mode. So getting these walkie-talkies that can last from 2 miles to 35 miles radius will help keep contact and communication with loved ones once if you're separated, excuse me. The next thing I want you guys to encourage your patients to do is having an emergency preparedness kit. Okay, this kit should have portable radios. I know for some of you guys, what is a portable radio? So a portable radio is a radio that can be ran off of solar power, batteries, or an actual crank that even during a natural disaster, all towers are down, electric lines and poles, these radios will still work and are built to transmit emergency information through the waves. So no matter what, communication can still be sought with these portable radios. So I highly recommend everybody getting a portable radio. I know right now we're in communication with City Council of Red Oak, trying to see if we can't get our hands on at least 5,000 of these portable radios to distribute to community or our citizens of our community. Right now, we're not really sure how well it's going to happen, considering everything that's going on and these threats that have been issued to the United States. So everyone might be on a panic mode right now and trying to order up some supplies. Once again, we are doing the best that we can. We're also working with local shops and getting these radios, these walkie-talkies, and different essentials that will be beneficial if our normal communications go down. So portable radios, walkie-talkies, first aid supplies, all right, just in case of injury. But even more so, if you're someone who takes medication or you have clients that take medication, having them follow with their pharmacy today to get an extra supply. Once again, let me reiterate, we do not know if anything is going to even happen to us. But the best way to mitigate risk is by preparing ahead of time, not during or after disaster strikes, okay? Packing extra clothing and blankets, actually just having a bag, an emergency bag with 3-day supply of clothing, hygiene, and these other essential items that I've been sharing with you throughout this meeting space will be definitely beneficial. Now, according to the American Red Cross, and this list is going to be for 3 to 5 days worth, they recommend at least 1 gallon of water per person in your household, okay? So 1 gallon per 3 to 5 days, you're looking at, in a household of 4 people, you're looking at 12 gallons of water, 3 gallons for each person. And once again, for drinking and sanitation purposes, also having some non-perishables on hand. This consists of your canned meats, your fruits, your vegetables. Don't forget a can opener. They're going to be kind of useless if you can't even get inside of them. Protein bars, fruit bars, dry cereal, granola, peanut butter, things along those lines. So those non-perishables, things that don't have to be refrigerated, that you can still eat and provide you some nutrients while you're waiting for things to kind of go back to normal. Now, as far as recovery goes, the Red Cross Disaster Recovery state that before you choose to make any decisions on your own, please wait until given instruction by the local law enforcement or televised crew. A lot of times we may find ourselves getting antsy, getting tired of being in the house, being cooped up, wanting to go searching and seeking information. And a lot of times during traumatic events and crisis, that's the last thing that a person needs to do, because actually what you're doing is you're adding to the chaos. You're now another person who's out there in the streets, and people are wondering, what are you up to? Why are you out here? Why aren't you sheltering in place? So I strongly encourage, using those portable radios if cell phone service is down or electricity is down, using those portable radios for your updates and your feedback. And if you are in need of some type of emergency services, communicating other matters and ways. I do believe that the city of Red Oak will be having police officers and firefighters kind of roaming the communities and stuff like that for safety, but you can always check in with them when you're seeing them passing by if there's some type of emergent need that you need at the moment. Another thing to consider is after this disaster, if we do get hit, some things that you may want to avoid. Stay away from damaged or fallen power lines or poles. Avoid contact with any type of water, because a lot of times your water can have a lot of bacteria in it, just from different things getting knocked down and just contaminating it. And just be aware of those things. So long story short, pay attention to what's coming through on the broadcast. Please stay sheltered in place if possible. And then if not, go to one of the evacuation sites. Now, I know you guys are not going to be happy with this last bit of news, but I am doing this as my way of protecting you. I will not be having you guys administer any type of crisis counseling or therapy or anything in that manner. I have communicated with FEMA and the American Red Cross and other federal agencies that are going to actually provide outside assistance to our community. Because once again, this is your community too. We live here, and at this time, I cannot sit here and expect you to take on all this on top of whatever troubles may be impacting your life at home. So I know some of you are frustrated and angry. A lot of you guys are always willing to take that call. But in this time, I need you to focus on yourselves, that self-care. Focus on your loved ones. Make sure your house and home is in order. But at this time, if this does occur in our area, you will not be providing counseling services. If anything, make sure that you are seeking services and also having your loved ones seek services as well. I also want you guys to share, the American Red Cross has a disaster helpline number. It is 1-800-985-5990. Once again, the Red Cross Emotional Recovery Disaster Distress Line is 1-800-985-5990. And during times like this, it takes a village. We say this all the time. It takes a community to support and take care of our loved ones. But when we are also members of that community, you can't sit there and just take everything on yourself. You can't sit there and be the caretaker for this person and try to be the caretaker for you and your household, because essentially somebody in that process is not going to get their needs met. They're going to be left out. So once again, guys, I know you're not too thrilled about the last piece that I just said, but this is my way as your clinical director to protect the safety of you. Focus on what's critical at that moment with you within your household. Be present, be aware, and allow these other agencies to kind of come and support us in our time of need. Now, once again, team, this is not my way of trying to scare you or alarm you. This is all about risk mitigation. We are trying to prepare for the worst. We will be going over some exercises later this week and other strategies that have been created by the American Red Cross to seem to be the best approach during these type of disasters. If any of you guys need someone to speak with, please go to your first line supervisor. Please feel free to reach out to me and let's talk about this and just figure out some ways to help put you in a better position. Once again, Toll to Line has been called to the line to provide services, maybe not in the manner that we're used to, but what's necessary for what may come. Please stay please be please stay tuned into your local news. Look at some of the federal agencies, guys. If you don't typically read a newspaper or search the internet, please do so today. Like I said, there's a lot of developments breaking down. I think I have something going off on my screen right now as we speak. Preparation is always key and is the best defeat when it comes to disasters. The best safety measures. I appreciate you guys for all the work that you do. I appreciate you guys for being a part of this team, and I appreciate your willingness to go above and beyond. But once again, on this one here, if anything does occur, be prepared to take the back seat, okay? Because I need you guys, and I need you guys to be able to focus on yourselves, focus on your family, because you can never be the best version of you if you're being weighed down by the stressors, trauma, and difficulty in your own life. Once I receive more updates, I will let you all know. Thank you for all the great work you do. Once again, if you need to speak with me offline, please do so. Toe the line, we're back in action. Let's get ready for battle.